Aham Brahmasmi. Today we are going to discuss Anuvaka 5 of Prapataka 2. Here we are told that each one of us is godliness personified.
रुद्रास्यदिरस्यादित्यासि शुक्रासि चन्द्रासि बृहस्पतिस्त्वा पुण्येरन् वधु रुद्रो वसुभिराजिकेतुपृथिव्या स्वामूर्धन्नाजिघर्मिते भयजनगिरायाः पदे युगपदि स्वाहा परिलिखितगुं रक्षः परिलिखिता अराधय इदमहगुं रक्षसो जीवा अपि गन्ता विजोऽस्मान् प्रियम् च वयम् विस्म इदमस्य ग्रीवा अपि गन्ताम्यस्मे यस्त्वेरायस्तोतेरायः सन्देवि देव्योर्वश्यापश्यस्वत्पुष्टिमतीते तपेयसुरे तारेतो दधाना वीरम् विदेय तव सन्दशिमाहगुम् रायस्पोषेण वियोषम्.
In our prayers, according to the Vedas, we always say about oneself, Vasu Rudra Aditya Surupani. This exactly means that we are Vasu, that is the power prevalent throughout the world. And what is Rudra? It is strength. You should be strong. So, the energy prevalent throughout the universe is present within us, within each one of us. And Rudra is power. And what is Aditya? It is not just the sun. It is knowledge, the light inside. So, Vasu, Rudra, Aditya Surupani, and of course Vayu. Vayu is not just the air we breathe. It is again the energy within, the energy present throughout the world that is present within us also. And what does the Veda tell us? Each one of us is a personification of all this energy, and Agni also means knowledge. And we have to be instrumental in spreading this knowledge throughout the world. Hinduism has a lot of scriptures starting with the Vedas. And to make the Vedas understandable to the common man, the rishis had composed Puranas and Itihasas. And there, the symbolism in the Vedas are explained with stories. And there you often find a damsel called Urvashi. Actually, what is Urvashi? The Urvashi mentioned in the Puranas is a damsel. But actually, Urvashi means that agency or that power which spreads knowledge throughout the world. So, when there is knowledge, it has to be spread throughout the world. And this verse concludes with a prayer for the ability to spread awareness about the Vedas and about oneself to the entire world. Sanatana Dharma has many scriptures, unlike the Western and other religions. It is not just one book that Sanatana Dharma follows. Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma has Vedas, Upanishads, Itihasas, Puranas, and these are many. Down the years, the Vedas have been simplified into Puranas and other stories for better understanding of the masses. And there in the Puranas, we often find a reference to Urvashi. It is often a damsel in the heaven. And what is Urvashi? In the Vedas, Urvashi means the goddess that spreads knowledge throughout the world. And it implies that we have to be blessed by the capacity to spread knowledge. And this Anuvaka concludes with a prayer for valor. Like Sri Krishna Paramatma advised Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, it is not enough that you have knowledge. You have to be valorous. You have to have that fighting spirit within you. And that is for fighting negativity and for spreading positive energy throughout the world. In the next Anuvaka, we are told that we are a part of the universal knowledge. That means we are not complete by just being ourselves. We are part of the total knowledge and we have to complement it by spreading what we have learned.
Namaste and welcome back to the discussion on Veda. Today's discussion, or rather Anuvaka, is about the universal knowledge of light which is within everyone.
अगुंसुनाते अगुंसुप्रच्छताम् परुषा परुर्गन्धस्ते काममवतु मदाजलसो अच्युतो मात्योऽसि शुक्रस्ते गृहोभिद्यम् देवगुंसवितारमून्यो कविक्रतुमर्चापि सत्यसवदगुंसप्नसामभिप्रियम् अधिमूर्ध्वायस्यापतिर्भा अधिद्युदक्षवेमनिहिरण्यपानिलविमीतशुक्रतकृपासुवः प्रजाभ्यस्त्वा प्राणायत्वा व्यानायत्वा प्रजास्तमनुप्राणिः प्रजास्त्वामनुप्राणन्तो.
In the Vedic times, our rishis who had accomplished the thought process used to know what is yet to come and what had happened earlier. It is not an exaggeration. This verse tells us that our mind and the knowledge within us, the light within us, is not standalone. It is a part of the universal light or the universal knowledge. Let us note that the rishis do not say that they wrote the Vedas. They rather got the Vedas. They just found it out. That is by meditation. So, what you are seeking outside is actually within you. You have to take efforts to find it out. That is what is called manana in Sanskrit. And the verse continues to tell us, or rather praise, for finding the truth and the ecstasy that comes out of it. Many times we read that the accomplished rishis, they are so joyous that even if they are hurt physically, they are not deterred. There are no number of stories and episodes and incidents and Indian folklore which testify to this power of the mind. And after saying so, or rather praying for ecstasy, the verse concludes by seeking good ancestors and good successors, because ancestors, ourselves and successors is a long chain. Can we get good ancestors? That is, the meaning is, we should try to understand our ancestors, what they did, because that light, or as in modern science, that genetics, that DNA is within you. And you are going to pass on that DNA to your successors. So, you find out about your ancestors, realize yourself, and then you pray for begetting good sons and daughters and grandchildren. In that way, when knowledge is passed on as light, or rather when light is passed on as knowledge, that is called enlightenment. And that begets good successes. In the next Anuvaka, we pray for Soma, the ultimate bliss. Stay tuned and kindly subscribe to this channel. Thank you.